Welcome to an incomplete guide to personal growth. We invite you to take a breath and take a listen to our podcast that explores the wonder, humor, challenges, and sometimes those self-inflicted wounds on a journey of personal growth.
Our weekly podcast conversations include stories, resources, and tools that you can incorporate into your daily life. We're the mother-daughter duo of Sydney
And Kelly.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Sydney.
How are you?
I'm good. I just drove in
Yes, you did.
from Denton.
Yeah.
Saw my dad and got to see Mitch and Jesse.
And I think we're both energized because our
we
favorite
are.
season has started.
You were watching the game and I was listening to it.
Oh my gosh.
On the drive home.
Football is back.
It's back. I'm so excited. I just love watching football.
I don't know what it is. Literally, I woke
Even
up today and I was like, I can
It's-
turn on college game day.
I
I
know.
can be ready. I can wear
Your-
my college shirt, my
Yes,
OU
what you're
Boomer
wearing.
Sooner.
And it's I don't know. I don't know if it comes with. It's also, although we're in Texas,
I know.
and technically it's not the change of the season,
No.
but in your minds it is,
Yeah, maybe
because
that's
it's
it.
the fall that's coming in. And again, I love to watch it.
I just
so,
love walking into a room and it just happens to be on.
Yes.
Don't care who's playing.
Who's playing? I
don't
just want
care.
to see a good
I
game.
just want to see football.
Yeah.
Same thing with NFL.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that great?
So happy to have college football
I
back.
know. And
And it's so funny because I went to
you went to
football college.
You did.
And it was always, I would almost get frustrated because I was in the music school.
Oh, yeah.
And these people who had come to get their masters in general and piano pedagogy or something,
Yeah.
which is good. They would complain about Saturday game days.
Are you
They'd be like,
serious?
oh, it's so hard to park on campus.
I can't hear you. What?
It's so hard to park on campus.
to park on,
and
because the parking.
and I don't need to
Wah.
get to the practice
Well,
rooms.
then go
and
to
I'm
the
like,
game.
I know. Or it's just
That's
like,
funny.
you know what school you picked. This is a football college.
That
You
is
deal
a
with it.
hoot.
And so, but that was like literally probably over. Well, because half the music school would be in Pride. You know,
Okay.
like
Yes,
doing the band.
Band, right.
But then the other half would be much more like classical side and like would complain about it. I'm like, just be quiet.
That's
This
funny.
is the best. Have you been to a game?
I just love
Oh, I
when
just
football
love football.
starts. That's all
I
there
know.
is
I'm
to
like
it.
already planning next year.
To go.
Yeah,
I know.
that'd be awesome.
That'd be
But
great.
yes,
That'd be
so
great.
I'm sorry if you're not sports people, but
Yeah,
that's just too bad for you.
We just are. Can't help
Football,
it.
there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
So moving on.
And I'm sounding a little raspy.
Yeah, because the air conditioning.
The air conditioning in the hotel,
hotel.
just did a number on me
Yeah.
this weekend.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So we're talking about over controlled and under controlled, and I hadn't heard about this until you came back from a therapy session.
Right.
one
And just
day.
a reminder, we are
Yes,
not
we are
therapists. We're not offering any advice.
No, nothing.
But I've been to one.
Yes.
So
and that's the
So-
extent.
no, I had never heard of this. But in the midst of talking, the term came up, under controlled.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you talking about? You know,
What are you talking
and then there is over controlled. Mm-hmm. And we've got both in our household. We've
Yes.
always had that mix
So,
in our household.
okay, when we say controlled, we are talking about of ourselves.
Yes. And over control of myself, not trying to control other
Yeah,
people.
this is
and,
in terms of yourself.
And and it's not overreacting. See, I almost tied those two terms together, but that's not what that is.
Yeah.
It's how mainly what you do with your emotions and how you react, but it's not about overreacting
Yeah.
or
Underreacting or
but it's controlled, how you control yourself. And I just thought, oh, that makes so much sense.
yeah. Yeah. It's almost just like another facet of like somebody's personality.
And again, there are extremes of both, but there's spectrums of it. And I think I think it's something I'd worked on a long time, not knowing the term for it.
Yeah.
But, you know, and watching how people are so controlled that they almost can't show their emotions anymore.
Yep.
Because they want to make sure everything's contained.
Yeah.
And then there's others of us who I will cry for when I'm happy.
sure
I'll cry
will.
when I'm sad.
Oh
I'll
my gosh.
cry just to
All the
cry. You know,
time.
it's this
time.
But it's being able to regulate and being aware of that.
Yeah.
That this isn't appropriate, Kelly. You can get this, you know, or whatever it may be.
Control, yeah.
So over controlled.
So let's delve into each. So what I got from, and if you have, so I'm going to kind of name off what I got from the notes you sent me.
Okay.
And then you can like add on if you want.
Okay.
So over controlled, excessive emotional regulation is kind of how I saw it.
Yes.
Lots of perfectionism, structure, aversion to being vulnerable, fear of failure. And so it's like everything just has to be so.
Yes.
And this can cause anxiety and a lot of internalized stress.
Right.
And in case people couldn't tell which one I was, this is me.
Yes. I can, you know, and very much so. You would write notes when you were mad at me versus telling me.
I wouldn't say it. I'd write it. Yeah.
You would do that. And you just thought you don't cry in front of anyone.
No, oh my gosh. Like to cry in public.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would
that has
die of embarrassment
shifted.
inside.
I mean, but you can see where you've
I've
grown
tried
in some
to
of
grow
these areas.
in that a lot. And because like it was, and I think part of me was like, well, in society, like nobody likes to see anybody cry. That's just awful. And so then I would hold it all in. And I think too, it was like the vulnerability thing. It's like, well, I don't want people to know that they've gotten me or whatever.
Yeah.
Or something's
that
got me.
something has gotten to you.
I don't like that. And so there was, and even in my whole 4 years of college, I only cried in front of my piano professor one time.
Yeah.
And that was rough.
That was yeah.
And then, but now I do feel like I'm more open to like, I'm not that I'm bawling out in public.
No.
But if I feel it, like it's not my first instinct to hold it in necessarily.
Okay.
You know, I do try and collect myself, but it's like I'm a little more okay with letting it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I am very over controlled. And I think too, this excessive emotional regulation, because it even goes sometimes for me the other way. Yeah. Like I'm not just going to scream and shout and like show that type of joyfulness. Like I can feel it.
But it doesn't just show out, right?
No. I mean, maybe I did as a child. Maybe.
I think you showed more of it. I think we become inhibited.
Yeah, I think everybody does. Yeah.
And then if we have that tendency, it's
even more so.
But I think in a way, I think so. Because I think there are two instances. Well, one when you were itty bitty and you were going off to nature school.
Oh, yeah.
And all the other kids were clinging to their parents. And I think it might have been part of that control. It is time for parents to go, Mom, you need to go.
Yeah, structure. You know?
And so I'm like sent out of the room while all the other kids are loving on their parents. And I'm wondering what I did wrong.
Yeah, you're like, what did I do?
But that was okay. When you went off to college, you said, do not call me. I will call you. Because you didn't want me to call you at a moment of weakness.
Yes.
And maybe something was going on and you needed to get.
I needed to be.
So you wanted to call me when things were okay.
Yeah. And I think it was like 2 weeks in. Yeah. It was a long time.
It was a long time. And everybody's, have you heard from Sydney?
No.
Have you called her? I can't. You know, so
I agree that too.
So that's a tendency.
It is. And and the other one in our household that does that is definitely Dad.
Oh yeah, you two are.
We're that
y'all
way.
Are cut out of the same cloth, so to speak.
And I do this. So whenever we get to the next, I want to talk about. Absolutely, I think that's where some of my anxiety comes from. And absolutely, I internalize stress like crazy. I don't tell. People can see it. I know. Because I don't hide.
Yeah. No,
people
your
that
face
know
shows
me,
it.
People that
my
know
goodness.
me can see my stress and can see my anxiety. But if you don't know me very well, then it's usually pretty hidden. But no, it is excessively internalized stress and anxiety.
So it keeps it there. And
and it's, which is not, I mean, I think about like how your body holds things and stuff. I'm like, well, that's going to show up later.
That's going to show up later. That's why you have to get it out.
Yes.
And that's just.
And I definitely feel that. So if you are over controlled, all that stuff is normal.
It is. That's what that's the way you are, right?
Yes.
And I think again, it's about finding that balance. And then you look at those of us.
Yes. You're under control.
Who are under controlled.
Yes.
Which is quite the contrast. Impulsivity.
Yeah.
Emotional
dysregulation,
they say
right?
dysregulation. I can remember my dad.
Yeah.
It was spoke negative of my emotion. Oh, you're emotional. Like that was a bad thing. Mm-hmm. But that's because he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Right? And so it was like, no, when I show my emotions, that shows you that I am in control at times because I'm letting them show.
Yeah.
In a healthy way.
In a healthy way, yeah.
Right now,
Yeah.
the other is when you let it out because I'm like, oh, just let it out. And then it's out there and you can move on.
Yes.
But if you are like that and you let it out, but you're with an over control person who can't reply to that.
Oof. Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
And so it's
also,
understanding both and.
Well, and then
Yeah.
so with under control too, I wrote down low follow through. So following through with the task. Spontaneous, which is good. Conflict and difficulty managing anger. I read that one. I was like, oh.
Yes. And that is. And I that was a thing that I really have worked on.
Yeah.
Over the years. And that is going, you can be angry. It's an emotion that you need to have. It signals danger to you.
Yes. Yeah.
It's okay, but it's bursting out.
Yeah. Do you feel like your underregulation did cause some conflict? Like more so?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about this. That when I talked about how one time when I called Dad at work, I was just
blah, blah, blah,
blah, and he was
it.
like, "I can't
do that.
do this here." And he came home and he was, he explained what that did to him, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
Yeah,
and that was it. Becomes self-awareness is what it does.
See, and I think with my overregulation, like it's like I could taking on more conflict would probably be good. Like there's some good conflict out there. And I think because overregulation, you hold it all in. You're not even able to process or move through things with somebody else because you're internalizing everything.
Yes. Yeah. And you think conflict is, that's not being controlled.
Right.
But there's healthy ways to deal with.
Yeah, there's healthy conflict.
If you want to call it conflict, difficulties, differences, that kind of thing. Right?
Yeah.
And some of these, because I think it's one of the traits of over-controlled is preference for structure, predictability, and difficulty adapting to new. Well, I have a difficulty adapting to new.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, but that's because we're on a spectrum. It's not you're all one or all the other.
Yeah.
But I think it's helpful to be aware of
both.
And I'm not really risk-taking person. Under control can be.
Yeah.
I have a healthy amount of fear in me, but
I don't know, some of your stories from
back
in the day.
Yeah, maybe
that's a little risky.
I guess it was.
You stole a street sign, Mother.
I know, I did. Yeah, and that girl had to go to the hospital from her head. Getting hit by the sign. It was awful. Yeah, I guess I was.
You're a little risky, Betty.
I guess I really was more risky than I realized. Yeah, sneaking out, skipping school. Okay. So there was some in there.
There's some in there.
Low levels of self-discipline. That one is interesting because when I become disciplined, I'm very disciplined.
You are. Because if you think about the way that you take on, your schooling and stuff and your master's, you're very disciplined.
Very disciplined.
I'm sure there were times because you did youth group and stuff growing up. It sounds like you were pretty devoted and disciplined with that.
Yeah. So there are. It's not like you're totally one or the other, but it does help to know if you're, you have somebody in your family or your life that is so over controlled.
Yeah.
Because it's like jump up and down. That's not what you're going to do.
No.
And I just get goofy. I get excited so easily, and I'm just showing my emotion. I'm happy.
Yes.
And everybody else is like, that is really nice, and I'm like, come on.
Yeah. And so I think the differences between the two, definitely I think the emotional regulation is an interesting one because it's like this. The visual of the emotional regulation is different. You just show it. I don't necessarily show it, but that doesn't mean I'm necessarily regulated, in a healthy way. That doesn't mean I can be dysregulated, but I'm just hiding it. And I have gotten pretty darn good.
Yes. That's true.
At that.
And there are times when I know I've gotten really excited about something and it's like, and I make a choice
Yeah.
And it's like, that really wasn't the best. You needed to wait a little bit before you express this to somebody.
Yes.
Or,
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
to get all sappy and go, just wait.
Just wait a second. Yeah.
And then
yeah.
write it and maybe
Yes.
send it another time when you're, read
Right.
it again. So there
And
are
that's like a
times when
healthy,
Yeah.
control. And,
Yeah. So, but it's learning that.
Yes.
Because the other has gotten me in trouble
Yeah,
at times.
yeah.
I get overexcited about things and then go, no, that
Yeah, no. Yeah.
That was a moment.
I do think, I think like the emotional regulation is interesting because it's like, on the outside, one looks more regulated,
yes.
but not necessarily
Yeah.
inside.
And the social impact I thought was
Yeah.
interesting. Over-controlled may seem distant and overly reserved.
Yep.
And
Oh, I've gotten that comment.
have you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I used to, but that's because I was shy at the moment. Whereas under control may appear erratic and excessively expressive.
Yeah.
I don't know that I do that too
I think
much.
too.
Do
I think no.
I don't know.
But some do. I mean, I know some under control people.
Yeah.
They get a little too expressive
That can't.
quickly.
Yes.
But and I
Thinking
think
of that.
I don't. It's so. I think with like being over controlled, I may not necessarily always. I've gotten the comment, "Yeah, I seem distant."
Yeah.
But I may not always. I think it's more like I read the room and then make sure that whatever I'm expressing matches whatever is going on in the room with everyone else. Like if I get excited about something, but I see nobody else is very excited about something, I'm not going to be excited about it. Or if I see, and so it's just like, I don't know, I just like read the room and then I make my impact socially based on how
And I just
everybody
go,
else is.
this is what I think. And then they all
And then
look
you
at
just
me
do
like
it.
I'm a foreigner.
Yes. And so that's where like I hold back
Yeah.
in that way.
And I'm like, oh, I thought everybody thought this, but
I know.
I'm
And so
not.
it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and so I think it's then like for me finding the places where I can just do what,
Yeah.
it's like express how I want to express,
Right.
and have that balance for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So are there any like, you have this list of traits.
I
Of each.
have
Are there
this
any like
list.
really interesting ones? Because it's a long list.
It's a long list, but I kind of think some of them are not. Under controlled as bossy. Now, I never thought of myself as
I'm the bossy one.
You're
You
the
kidding me?
bossy one.
I am the bossy one.
But I think I know some people that are under controlled and they're bossy,
bossy,
because they just, and part of that come across as bossy is we're just expressing ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, I think, this is great. Let's
No,
do this.
my
And you're
bossy
like,
comes
oh,
from-
we should be.
No, my bossy comes from you're not following the rules.
Yeah.
You're not following the structure.
That's a whole
That's
other
not what we do.
firstborn problem you
It
have.
is. It is a firstborn problem.
Risk-taking and chaotic,
Mm-hmm.
under controlled. I think I can come across as chaotic.
Yes.
Oh, that was a quick answer.
There are
my
times.
Goodness.
There are times.
Okay. Unpunctual. Now, that does not
No,
me.
that's not you.
But
you're
it is
very
some people
punctual.
because they're scattered and they're
Yeah. And doing other things. Yeah.
laid back, impatient for reward.
Yeah.
I don't like to wait
That's
for my
you.
ice cream.
No, you don't.
I'm just
No, even at the okay. Here's an example.
Oh, this is so true.
Movie theater.
When you were little.
But I don't do it as much now.
No.
But even through high school, I was like this. Through high school, we'd go to the movie. You get the big bucket of popcorn to share. Everybody starts eating, but the movie hasn't started yet.
You're not supposed
and
to
you're
eat.
going to eat through all of the popcorn before the movie even starts.
I know.
So you gotta wait. I would literally hold on to the bucket of
so
popcorn
mad.
nobody else would eat it before the movie starts.
I know,
And
we
you would be
try.
like immediately gonna like you will go through almost a whole bucket sometimes.
During the previews.
Yes.
I know. So,
there's like
there's a good
prime
example of impatient waiting for,
Versus me.
yeah. So y'all are over-controlled, are usually punctual, accommodating,
Yeah. Yeah.
cautious,
Yeah.
organized, hardworking.
And
That doesn't
hardworking is
mean
both.
I'm not
That doesn't
hardworking.
mean you're not
No,
hardworking.
but I'm laid back,
Yeah.
and I'm not hardworking. I'm sorry. When I need to be.
When you need to be, you
There
are.
you go.
When you need to be.
So, I mean,
Yeah,
and again,
yeah.
there's
It's a
that
spectrum.
spectrum of
Yeah.
that. Orderly, misbehaving, discipline, and yes, that is very.
That is you.
Yes, I know. When I get kicked out of the nursing home, you'll know why.
Yes, that's why.
So, yeah, rebellious, untidy. I'm tidy now.
You're pretty tiny.
I used to not be.
Oh.
I used to not be.
Oh,
My
no.
room.
Oh no.
Yeah. But whereas y'all are tidy and obedient and more formal, and we're more playful. Mm-hmm. And again, there's...
I feel like there's such give and take. So
Yeah.
like, how do you think each type, like, I mean, like if I, as an over controlled person,
Yeah.
like how do you find the balance?
I don't know what y'all do. No, I think it's funny because, and it plays into personality types too. So there's
Yeah.
more to
Yeah,
it.
there's
But
more to it, yeah.
I think when you're over controlled, I just can't imagine what it's like
Yeah.
to be excited about something and not go, "Ah, what?" I don't understand that. It's like
I don't even know how to describe it. It's so second nature.
it is so foreign to me, and I just
Yeah.
don't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
But I guess somehow, where do you feel safe
Right.
to be giddy?
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
be...
I think it is about, because like there are certain people, and I mean that, and you know,
Yeah.
you see all of me. It's like there are certain people that I am fully safe with, and I can just whatever my initial reaction is,
and
I can do it.
You can do it. And I think that's it, is letting go of others' opinions because they
Yeah.
don't
It doesn't
matter.
matter. Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, well, I'm supposed to be like this. Well, nobody really cares.
Yeah.
You're not on display. You know, it's like, I think that's part of it,
finding
is
finding a
getting
safe
that
place.
out of your head of people sitting there.
I mean, I would be embarrassed in the car and nobody can hear.
Oh, if I got excited about stuff, she would literally, there's just the two of us in the car.
know.
Mom, you're embarrassing me. There's nobody else
else
here. But I
That was
can
pretty
embarrass
bad.
you if you want
I
me
was
to.
also, I will say, prime teenage years when that happened.
Yes.
So
Yeah. But, you know, I don't know. I think about that.
yeah.
How do you release and just
Yeah.
relax? Because I can't imagine clenching
Oh,
that
this
much.
is my question to you.
Right?
So how
Yeah.
do you experience like anxiety or like really internalized stress? Like
I probably internalize stress. I don't.
you don't get anxious, you don't have that anxiety very much because you just let it
don't.
out, right?
Every once in a while, I will get anxious
yeah.
about, and part of it is because I know I have to hold, in recent times, I've had to hold my tongue.
Yeah, and that's hard. Yeah.
And
versus, like,
and
when
there
you-
I get anxious because I know I can get somebody in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. But otherwise, like if you're just normal.
But normally I don't get anxious.
awesome.
And if I hold, and I've gotten good about it, if I hold my tongue, it's fine.
Yeah, you'll deal with it later.
Yeah. So but stress, I get stressed about other
I
things,
feel
but
like-
not that.
Yeah.
That's a little different.
And I feel like if you're
Yeah.
under control, finding the balance is like, I think just having some awareness.
Awareness. It comes down to self-awareness
know?
and going,
Is
not
this the time
everybody
and place or
needs-
is it not? You know?
not everybody needs to know your opinion. Not everybody needs to do,
Yes.
you know, and like yesterday I was with Mitch and Jesse, and they were, I can't say what they were talking, they mentioned something to me, a person, and I guess my face showed everything, and Mitch just started laughing. I'm like,
really?
okay, you caught me off guard. I
That
don't
is
have
funny.
I don't
Filter
have my
on.
neutral face on, you know, and it was
That's
so
funny.
funny because, and it
That's
was reminding me of,
Yeah.
yeah, you're not so controlled. You're not so controlled.
Yeah. But I think I think if you're under control, I think like realizing some of the benefits.
There is, because I can tell you that you won't get criticized. And that's part of where you're over control.
Yeah.
When you're under control,
Yeah.
you will get criticized
Yeah.
for your behavior.
Yeah.
You're more likely,
That's true.
you're putting yourself out there and you're letting people
Yeah.
know if you're
Who
in
you
pain
are,
or if you're
yeah.
not. You know, sharing too much of the suffering, sharing too much of the joy, sharing too much, you know, and
Yeah.
it's like, okay.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's repercussions for each.
And so I think too, in that case, like that would also be like knowing where your safe space is.
Yes, it
I think
does.
it's like for both,
For both, yeah.
You know?
And one of the things for the over control, I would say, we are given emotions.
Yeah.
They are gifts that they're inborn in us. They're gifts. They're all signals of of deeper things that are going on.
Yeah.
And I think expressing that joy and sharing that with others, what a gift.
Yeah.
You know?
I know. I think I'm like realizing that.
And I
more.
think of that as a parent. I think of that with Charles.
Ugh. I know, you just see him. It's just like, however he's feeling, there it is.
It's there. And to be able to do that, and for him, because children, we all do it, but children, all they do is they're looking at our face and they're going to imitate our face.
Yep, exactly. They mirror.
They're looking at what they're mirroring. Thank you. I couldn't think of that.
Yeah.
And they're mirroring us.
Yeah.
So if something really exciting happens
And then we don't react.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad.
Yeah. So it's okay.
Yeah.
And our anger is telling us that there's a warning for something.
Yeah.
We're not safe. We're not feeling something. We're hurt. We're something.
Yes. Yeah. And then I think, and so it's over controlled, like learning to listen to that and not just like put it back.
Push it down, because somewhere it's in there.
And then I think under controlled, it's like you can have this feeling, but what do you do with it?
You don't. The whole world doesn't need to know it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The whole world doesn't need to know. So it is.
That's so interesting.
And mouthing, even though I do it, I think I'm doing it quietly. I know I'm not.
No.
I want somebody to hear it.
You want someone to hear your little mouth. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
That's okay.
Well, that was really interesting.
Yeah, and I just think it's finding that balance for all of us.
Yes. Yeah.
To be healthy and self-aware. Mm-hmm. It's not bad to be over controlled.
No.
It's not bad to be under control.
Yeah.
It's finding a healthy balance of that.
So
you
works
can
for you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you kind of got an idea of what
It's
type
new.
of person you are on the spectrum. And next week we talk about I don't know if the word is anecdotes, phrases, whatever. We do not like that irritate us. And I think we've done an episode like this maybe about a year ago.
We said the ones that we liked. I think.
Did we do ones? Okay, well, I'm doing ones that irritate us.
Irritate us, and how we can kind of switch them around.
Yes. So that'll be next time, definitely.
All right. So we look forward to next week when you take a breath and take a listen.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of An Incomplete Guide to Personal Growth. There are many ways you can stay connected. Follow us on Instagram at An Incomplete Guide Podcast, where you can sign up for our email list and get posts that delve deeper into our weekly topics. Make sure to subscribe to our podcast page wherever you listen to your podcasts. We would really appreciate a rating and sharing us with your family and friends.
We're so glad you chose to spend your time with us, and hope there was a thought, a resource, or a laugh that you can take on your journey. We'll be here every Tuesday for you to take a breath and take a listen.